how to get to your first six figures 2026.
Hi everyone, my name is Shaqir, founder of funnels.com, author of the book Backpack Millionaire. Before I turned 30 years old, I generated $30 million cash.
Let me give you a little walkthrough of where I'm at in this beautiful resort. The whole resort happens to be empty, so it's just me and my wife and my baby. And as you can see, this is just insane because there's literally nobody else here. The number one thing that you want to focus on to make your first six figures, is that a fire alarm? Hey buddy, is that a fire alarm? Well, I'm not editing this part out. So number one thing is you gotta identify pricing. To make 100 grand, let's round it up, $120,000 in 2026, we got to figure out, number one, the business model that you're going to have. So business model will come down to what's your product you're offering and the price that you're going to sell. This is the 80-20, right? So for example, if you're selling a digital product, you can sell it for $100. Or what I specialize with my clients is selling products for $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, high ticket marketing, right? This is what I have focused on for the last 15 years. It's what's allowed me to live my dream life. It's what's helped my clients win. I have not found many people succeed with low ticket products. I'm not saying that you can't do it. I love low ticket products, but I love high ticket products even more. You need to choose LTM, low ticket marketing, which is selling stuff for like $10, $50, $100. You need to make 100 sales at $100 each. Or you can just focus, which I love, high ticket programs, $5,000, and you get 2 customers a month. That's your 10 grand a month. Okay, so first and foremost, we identify what is the pricing that we want to charge, how much do we want to make, and what's the business model? What's the course, coaching offer, the consulting offer, the service, the agency program, what is it that we're going to offer? And the fastest way to identify what is it that you're going to offer is ask yourself, in the last 5, 10, 20 years of you being alive, what have you been paid for? What is your core expertise? Don't focus, like people make this mistake of like, but I'm passionate about XYZ. Okay, well, I'm passionate about eating. That doesn't mean I want to start a restaurant business, because most restaurants operate from less than 10-15% profit margins. It's a horrible business model, and I definitely don't care about being in the restaurant business, but I have a passion for food, eating great food. So once you've identified, hey, this is what I've been paid for. I'll give you an example of Dr. Holly. She joined one of my programs last year, or this year. She made me a video saying she's had her first $32,000 a month.
I have recently been able to secure 3 high-ticket clients, made $32,000 this month alone.
Now, when I met her, she was charging maybe $500 to $1,000-ish to help university students get into Ivy League universities. Now she's charging as much as $5,000 to $8,000 for that same service. So when she joined my program, we helped her repackage, reposition, reprice her entire offer, and she started charging a higher ticket price point. And then she made $32,000 in a single month. So what did she do? After repricing, repackaging, repositioning her offer, she focused on attracting and appealing to people that have the money to buy. So in every market, always remember this, there are a group of people that will always pay a premium, okay? Now, for example, I'm at this resort right now, and there's like the standard room you can get, then there's like the double bed, 2 beds in a room. Then you can get the apartments, which is where I'm staying, beautiful view of the whole ocean and stuff from my apartment view. And then right at the top is the presidential view, which is not something I'm gonna spend money on, but I think it's like probably 5 or 10 times more pricier than how much the apartment costs. And I asked the lady, can I go and check it out to go do a viewing? And she goes, no, we already have people in there, it's booked out. So in every market, there's always a group of people that are willing and able to pay premium pricing. For you to make premium profits, this is something that you want to optimize for, so that you appeal to the people that have money into your markets, okay? And there's a whole different strategy for that, but for this video, let's keep it simple. Number one, you identify what your skill set is, what you're not just passionate about, but there's a demand. What is the demand for people that can buy your products and services? Now, one of the fastest ways to find demand is literally see, are other people running ads in your industry? Are there lots of books in your topic on Amazon? If you go to Google and you type in Google, for example, if you're going to teach people like Dr. Holly how to get into top universities, just type into Google how to get into top universities in America. And if you see other people are spending money on Google sponsored ads, that means people are happily spending money to advertise their products and services. That means this niche has a lot of money. Otherwise, you wouldn't find advertisers, right? If you've seen the same ad, this is something that I do. If you see the same ad over and over again for weeks or months or sometimes even years, guess what? That person is running ads because they're making money. Like the last 5 years, you can see I have been running one specific ad on Facebook. Why am I running the same ad for 5 years on Facebook, on Meta? Because it's making me money, right? So you can find in your industry who are the people already running ads, and why do I keep seeing their ads over and over again? Then you can take those ads, you can run them into Facebook ads library, and you can see, literally, it's all public, you can see what kind of ads they're running. And then you can work out, okay, you know what, if this person is running this ad, if they're spending this much money on traffic, if they're selling for this price, let me figure out my pricing. And you can compare your skill sets to their skill sets, you can compare your experience to their experience, and then your story, your personal story with their personal stories of whatever they're selling, and come up with a pricing mechanism, a pricing structure that suits and hits your goals, okay? Now, once we've done that, then we can figure out, okay, now we have an idea of what we're gonna sell. Where do we go and get traffic from? And the easiest way to answer this question is ask yourself, where are your ideal prospects already hanging out? Are they on Facebook? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Instagram? Like, for example, my clients are primarily on YouTube, Instagram, and then Facebook, LinkedIn, then TikTok, and all the other social media. So I put 80-90% of all of my energy onto Instagram and YouTube. Why? Because that's where my highest paying clients come from. When you're starting off, biggest mistake people make is they think they need to be everywhere. Just focus on one, maximum two platforms. So maybe it could be Facebook and YouTube. It could be YouTube and Instagram. It could be LinkedIn and YouTube. I'd always recommend, especially for 2026, have a YouTube channel, put out content for your ideal prospects, okay? So first stage is we identify what is the pricing, the business model that we want to have, what's the problem that we're solving. That's the key, okay? You want to solve a problem for a specific group of people. And I ask yourself, if you got paid $5,000 or $10,000, what's the offer you could give to someone where it's just irresistible, where it's an absolute no-brainer offer? Second thing is, where are those customers hanging out? Pick one platform and go all in, okay? Third, ask yourself, who's already doing what you want to be doing? And not just one person, but find 3 to 5 of these people and funnel hack them, right? Study their stuff, do secret window shopping. Go and see what are their price points, what are their videos, what's the messaging that they have. And if you just model one person, it's kind of copying, right? But if you model 5 or 10 people, you've done the market research. Now you're going to position yourself as someone who's unique. So if you can focus on like, what is it that you're offering? What price point? What problem that you're solving? And where are those customers hanging out? And then stage 3, what piece of content funnel, what sales process can you install into your business that turns your ideal prospects into a customer? And pick one methodology. So it could be YouTube videos, it could be webinars, it could be 3-day challenges or summits, it could be 5-day challenges, it could be just doing a 1-day live stream if you already have an audience. If you don't have an audience, it could be you building an audience to your first 100 or your first 1,000 subscribers of your ideal prospects. But if you can keep these things in mind, like who is it that you're targeting, what problem can you solve, how can you price it so it's, high ticket, 3K, 5K, 10K, and then what's the traffic channel that you can focus on bringing, identifying where they are at in those traffic channels, and then positioning your content so it attracts your ideal prospects, right? Like, for example, my ideal prospect is someone who's making anywhere from 5K to 20K a month in their business and their job, and they want to take their experience and expertise and they want to turn it into courses, coaching programs, consulting offers, agency services, so they can scale to 50K, 100K per month. If that's my ideal customer, I know that they're primarily spending their time on Facebook, YouTube, and then on Instagram. So primarily, what do? I create YouTube content like this. Then I invite people into a webinar. You can see my entire funnels process, by the way, in the first description. And then I do once a month a virtual challenge or a summit where I educate people and then I give them a chance to enroll in my high ticket offers. So if you want me to do any more videos on this topic, let me know in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.